Hello there, this is Cultures and Travels, and in this video we're going to talk about my credits for 2022. So by the end of 2022, I ended up with 8 new credits. They are very vast, from kiddie all the way up to like super extreme. So without further ado, here are my top 8 coaster credits for 2022. Number 8 is going to be Wacky Worm. This ride is located at Uncle Bernie's Amusement Park in Fort Lauderdale. It's your basic Wacky Worm. There's really nothing much to explain about it. It has a very nice, gentle layout, so it's good for kids and it's good for people who really don't ride roller coasters. As far as restraints, I'm a pretty large adult and it fit me pretty well, so anyone smaller than me will be able to ride this with no problem. Yeah, it's at the bottom. It's really nothing special, just a Wacky Worm. So moving on. Number 7 is Dragon, which is located at the same park. This coaster is a Zamperla powered coaster, and depending on how you count your credits, you may not count it. But like I said in this video, if it's on RCDB, it's considered a credit. It's above Wacky Worm because it has a little bit more thrill, especially when you go down that little helix. There's a bit of laterals you get. So yeah, you get a bit of extra thrill, not too much. And depending on the day and the mood of the operator, you can ride this as up to 11 times. Number 6 is Air Grover, and this is located at Busch Gardens, Tampa Bay. This is just a step up from the other coasters. It's a very nice beginning coaster for a kid or, again, adults who don't really ride roller coasters. I was able to fit the restraints pretty fine, and the course is pretty gentle, a little bit more intense than Dragon, but yeah. Before this channel, I had really no intentions on riding any kiddie coasters, but considering, I'm doing it for the content, wink wink, I said why not. Alright, the coaster next to it is Super Grover's Boxcar Derby, and this is located at SeaWorld Orlando, and this is a step up from Air Grover, and I actually like this one much more. It has just slightly more thrill than Air Grover, but it's still pretty gentle nonetheless, and it's another coaster that kids will enjoy, and grown kids will enjoy this as well. Number 4 is Expedition Everest. It's located at Walt Disney World's Animal Kingdom, and I rode it for the first time back in June of 2022. I enjoyed the theming from the queue all the way up to the ride itself. It was a very nice ride. I've seen the POV so many times, but that dark section where you go backwards, you have no idea what you're doing, so it was very surprising the first time I did it. And it was pretty fun. The drop wasn't as thrilling as I thought it was going to be, but the ride itself was great. Number 3 is IceBreaker, and that's located at SeaWorld Orlando. I did a review for this earlier in 2022, and I thought it was okay, but I didn't think it was anything special until my December night ride, and holy crap, that ride was hauling, and I just have a completely different appreciation for it now. It definitely shot up in my ranking just for that night alone, and it's good to know that all it took was a night ride to change my mind. That night I rode IceBreaker back to back to back. It was just surprising how just intense it felt that night. Number 2 is Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, and this is located at Epcot. This is their first roller coaster, and I'm finally glad they got one because it is an amazing ride from beginning to end. The building towards it doesn't look all that great, but as soon as you walk in, you're like immersed in this universe and whatever, and it's very, very cool. The ride trains look very nice, and the whole presentation from the pre-shows all the way to the ride, it was just great. Very A+. And the ride was surprisingly more intense than I expected it to be, especially with the turning and then with the music, because it's a random song, and so you don't know what song you're going to get when you get there. It's a very, very fun ride. It exceeded my expectations. It blew them away, honestly. And I'm not saying it's like I-305 or anything, but you'll be surprised. It got some intensity on there. It's like an updated Space Mountain, so that's how I say it. And of course, in the number 1 spot is Gwazi, and that's located at Busch Gardens, Tampa Bay. And I mean, of course, that's my number 1. I mean, there's really nothing more to say about it. I did a review of it, and I pretty much said everything I needed to say there. But yeah, it's stupid intense. The pacing is crazy. Everything is just perfect with that ride. Even the length of it, because a lot of people thought it would be too short, but to me, the length is just right. The amount of intensity that ride has is like you kind of need that break. The coaster doesn't need to be as long as Steel Vengeance to get the point across. It does very well with the track length it has. With its crazy intensity, insane pacing, and fast layout, it's no surprise that Gwazi is my number 1 coaster credit of 2022. And that's all for this video. If you enjoy what you see, please comment, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell to see more of my content, and I'll see you later. Take care.